All right, here we go. Our first group, a 604 late model hot laps and qualifying. In this first group, yeah, it'd be my fault. First out in this group, second generation driver, Knoxville, Tennessee. That's a 07 Jason Cardwell. Behind him, so once again, open wheel modifieds. Open wheel modifieds need to be hitting the staging lane. So also in this first group, that'll be the 31 in Knoxville, Tennessee. That'll be Wes Tilley. The 25. As we got caution on the Speedway, the 629 out of Rossville, Georgia. Landon Gentry gets crossed up over in turn number 1. Here comes Hayden Cardwell and that CVR chassis RW Properties number 22. The American All-Star Series points champion for the 2022 season. Also got AJ Hicks, the weekly points champion for the American All-Stars Crate Late Model Series. Hayden Cardwell, third generation driver. Of course, his grandfather, Buster Cardwell, Hall of Famer at the now defunct Atomic Speedway. Looks like Hayden Cardwell quickest so far, 14.634. Wes Tilley second quickest so far. And this is the first group of 604 late model hot laps and qualifying. So Hayden Cardwell quickest so far. And that RW Properties number 22 CVR race car. 14.449. It's Uncle Jason Cardwell second quickest. Wes Tilley third quickest. Chase Walls in the 25. He's fourth quickest so far. Landon Gentry fifth quickest. And Tobin Johnson in the 9. He is sixth quickest. Here we go. Second group of 604 late model hot laps. And that Hucks Motorsports Dyer Trucking Savage chassis number 20. That'll be Chewy Matt Henderson. Behind him, second generation driver out of Clinton, Tennessee. That'll be Anthony White Jr. in the 24. The red P1 of Bill Prater. The 89 of Brandon Miller. And the 317 of Blake Creech. And the 118 of Kay Newby. Kay Newby in the 118. Second group, 604 late model hot laps and qualifying. Open wheel modified. And problems with the 118 and Kane Newby. And it looks like he's got a flat on the right side or something going on the right side of that car. Brings out the caution. Anthony White Jr. quick as so far as took the top of the speed charts, 14.405. Hayden Card will move back to second quickest. Open wheel modifieds. Open wheel modifieds. Need you in the staging lane. Open wheel modifieds. Need you in the staging lane. White flag in the air. So the 20 of Matt Henderson, the 24 of Anthony White Jr., who is quickest so far. So that'll do it for our second group. Anthony White Jr. in that Rocket XR1 Stone Plus. David Birchfield, drywall number 24. He is quickest. Hayden Card will. So Anthony White Jr. with the time to beat. Hayden Card will second quickest. Here's our third group. Open wheel modifieds. Open wheel modifieds need to be in staging. Here's our third group of 604 late models leading them out. Second generation driver out of Powell, Tennessee. That's the 3D of Dakota Smith. The 777 of Blake Skelly. The 113 of Chris McKinney. That black number 4, that'll be Rye Falk. Also in this third group, the 04 of Jack Brown, and the 41, that'll be Jim Couch. Jim Couch in the 41. Third group, 604 late models, hot laps, and qualifying. Got Chris McKinney quickest out of this third group, and he is 8th quickest overall. Anthony White still with the time to beat, 14.405. Now Chris McKinney will move up to 7th quickest. White flag in the air for this third group of 604 late models. Now Chris McKinney goes to 6th quickest. We'll see what he can do on this final lap. See if he can move up one more spot. And he does. He goes to 5th quickest. So Chris McKinney, quickest out of this group. He is 5th quickest overall. So third group of 604 late models, done with their hot laps of qualifying. Chris McKinney and the black and red number 113, he is quickest out of this group, 5th quickest overall. Anthony White Jr. still with the time to beat, 14.405. Here we go, the fourth group. Lead them out, driver out of Kennesaw, Georgia. That'll be the 22 of Tim Clark. Tim Clark in the 22. Behind him in the 23, that'll be Ace Claiborne. Ace Claiborne in the 23. Coming down the front stretch, driver from right here in Seymour. That Turf Masters number 10B, that'll be Bradley Llewellyn. Bradley Llewellyn in the 10. The Kentucky driver, Dwight Smith Jr. in the 14. That'll be the 64 of A.J. Hicks. And out of Morristown, Tennessee, that'll be the 36 of Chris Rickett. Fourth group of 604 late models for hot laps and qualifying. And that'll do it for the fourth group. A.J. Hicks, quickest out of that group. He is fourth quickest overall. Anthony White Jr. still with the time to beat. Next group coming out, open wheel modifieds. Open wheel modifieds. You need to be in the staging lane. Feature coming up later on, but we've got our fifth and final group. Leading them out, a second-generation driver out of Rogersville, Tennessee. That Rocket Chassis 4, that'll be Ryan Smith, Little Pizza Man, son of Michael Smith. And that Pizza Plus Fast Lane Signs and Graphics sponsor number 4. Behind him, out of Chatsworth, Georgia, that'll be the 17 of Chip Brindle. Chip Brindle in the 17. Out of Wartburg, Tennessee, second-generation driver. That Rocket Chassis number Z1, that'll be Zach Shannon. Zach Shannon in the Z1. And coming down the front chute, driver out of Chatsworth, Georgia. That'll be the one of Mitchell Stanley. Mitchell Stanley in the 1. All right, turn them loose. Fifth and final group of 604 late model hot laps at qualifying. See if anybody can beat the qualifying time by Anthony White Jr. And the caution flag comes out as for Ryan Smith, and his first ever start in the late model here at 411 Motor Speedway has tagged the wall up high in turn number 4. Again, Ryan Smith, first time behind the wheel of the car here at 411 Motor Speedway. Second generation driver out of Rogersville, Tennessee. He's the son of Michael Smith. And all right, so we'll let these last 3 cars run through. Maybe a little bit of fluid over there in turn number 4. We'll make sure there's no fluid before we turn them back loose. Mentioned Zach Shannon in the Z1, Chip Brindle in the 17. And the 1 of Mitchell Stanley. I believe Mitchell Stanley, first time ever here, 411 Motor Speedway. Chip Brindle out of Chatsworth, Georgia in that 17 machine. All right, so we'll turn them back loose. I believe we've got 2 or 3 more laps remaining. And that's fifth and final group of hot laps for the hot laps of qualifying for the 604 late models. White flag in the air from flagman Joshua Patch. Last lap for this fifth and final group of 604 late models, hot laps and qualifying. None of these drivers cracking the top 10. Well, Chip Brindle in the 17, he goes 9th quickest overall, quickest out of this group. Mitchell Stanley moves to 7th quickest, so he is quickest out of this fifth and final group. But Anthony White Jr. and Bradley Llewellyn will be on the front row for the 604 late model feature coming up later on.